try to relight my fire, Mick Conlon.
I came home from work and bag of groceries, put them on the counter, sat down on the couch, still my jacket on, turned the TV on, and I came to many hours later. I had no idea how much time had passed. I had no idea what programs had played on the television. I didn't even know my phone had rang twice. To put it succinctly, I was burnt out. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This was me 5 years ago. I was working and living in the southwest of England in a village, a lovely little village. I had a house at the bottom of a leafy cul-de-sac. I was working for a local steel firm as a transport manager. I had a life that a lot of people strive for, but I had no life. I had no social life. I had no friends outside of work. I had nothing to leave the house for, bar a film society on a Friday night, which met every 3 or 4 weeks. You'd talk for 20 minutes and then go home. And a lot of this was my own fault. Through a couple of personal setbacks, I had retreated into myself. I put barriers up in front of people to stop them from getting close to me, from stopping them from getting in. When you put barriers up to stop people from getting in, you stop you from getting out. And you end up in a loop, in a circle, going round and round and round with no sign of an exit. So I just compensate. I threw myself into work. I worked all the hours I could. I even worked weekends, and I hate working weekends. I worked because I didn't want to be alone. Because me on my own, I was a nightmare. A few years previously, I had been diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic, and I'd only been recently diagnosed as suffering from depression. That bag of groceries that I brought home with me contained the usual fare that I'd pick up on the way home from work most nights of the week. Contained a takeaway, bottle of wine, and some snacks and some crisps and something yet to go with the wine. You know, perfect fare for a depressed diabetic, you know? I didn't care. I really couldn't care less. As I said, I was burnt out. But that particular evening, sitting on that couch, when I come to, I thought, this isn't right. This is no way of living. This isn't life. Something has to give. And a phrase kept going around in my head from the film The Shawshank Redemption. Get busy living. Or get busy, and the other option wasn't an option, so I decided I had to change. But I had to regain some fire. I didn't have anything. I was flat. And when you're looking for something to inspire you, you pick on the strangest things, and you would be surprised at the nuggets you would find, and I found two. One, believe it or not, was an interview that I read with Pádraig Harrington. Now, Pádraig is an Irish sporting legend. Twice winner of the British Open, 3-time major winner. The article started off as being critical of Pádraig, asking, why did you change your swing after becoming a major champion? Why did you change a winning formula? And his answer was very simple. He said he's been changing his swing ever since he came on tour. He's been changing it year after year after year, trying to get better and better and better. He was trying to do the best he could. He strove for perfection. And as he had a never say die attitude and always positive outlook. Even in a recent interview that he has given, he has said that he has always been trying to find that magic formula. And he doesn't think now that he'll ever find it, but he still gets up every morning and he looks forward to going down to that first tee and trying to get better. And I took a lot from that. The other thing was I was at the Film Society one night. Well, a lady said to me, did I hear of a writer called Dervla Murphy? I said, no, never heard of her. And she said, yeah, you should look her up, you know, you'd like her, she's Irish. So I looked her up, and I found one of the most extraordinary people I've ever come across in my life. Dervla Murphy was born in 1931. At the age of 2, her mother developed rheumatoid arthritis and was disabled for the rest of her life. Dervla left school at 14 to look after her. When she was 30, her father died suddenly. The following year, her mother died. And perversely as it is, those two tragedies released Dervla to do what she's always wanted to do, which was travel. That's what she did. She got a bike, her backpack, and a gun, and she cycled from Waterford to India alone in 1963. She kept a diary of the travel, and she wrote a best-selling travel book about that, and she has been doing that ever since. She's travelled the world, sometimes on a bike, sometimes with her family, and she has recorded all her adventures and her travels in best-selling travel books. She's an amazing, inspirational person. I could speak all night about her. I haven't got time. But she was fearless. She looked at what she wanted to do and she went without a backward glance. She's in her 80s and she's still travelling, she's still writing. But the final thing that got me up and got me going again was a conversation I had with my mother. I rang home not long after that evening I described, and she knew that I was down, but from the sound of my voice, from the tone of it, I just didn't have, I couldn't be positive if I tried. And she said a simple phrase to me. She said, "You've lost your spark." And I thought, I've lost my spark? My God, I mean, I'm 49 and I've lost my spark. It was a mental kick in the ass, if you like. It got me up and it got me going, and I decided there and then that I was going to get busy living. So I took a dollop of Porrick Harrington's never say die attitude, and I took a handful of Dervla Murphy's fearlessness, and I put them together and I made a decision. And I quit my job. And I sold my house. And I moved back to Ireland. Now I knew in doing that, I had a support network of family here who could help me get back on my feet, which is exactly what they did. But I also came back with the determination to get up and get out and join in the local community, join back in with getting out to seeing people, join in and kick down those walls that I had set up around myself. I joined the Sultan Thomas Players here again. I had been part of them 25 years ago. I joined the local golf club out the road. I go down to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, believe it or not. And I joined Toastmasters. And Toastmasters has been absolutely superb for me because it has given me a voice. And that voice I have used to tell you about me, about what I love and my passions, and I thank you for it. Now, we all come to a point in our lives where we have choices and decisions to make. Some of them can be big, some of them can be small, they can be easy, they can be hard. When you come to make these decisions, take your time, make the right choice for you and your family. And when you make that choice, commit to it 100%. I committed to it 100%, and I feel I have made the correct choice. I am happier now than I have been for a long time in my life. I'm not the finished article. I'm still a work in progress. I'll never regain who I used to be, but I am going to strive to be the best person I can be. I've got a fire of life lit inside of me, and I aim to keep it lit. Thank you very much.